Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Now, if you see test connection, this is to check if this class is linked to the table or not. I click on the test connection. If you see here class, this is mapped to the table. This in customer data. That means it is mapped successfully. Now I'll close this one. I'll close this one too. Till now, we have created one data type. For fraud watch list, which is of concrete and where Pega is a source of record. Now let's create customer detail as an abstract class because customer details we are not storing as of now in the data. It just when customer will enter the detail, then we will save it inside the data or inside the case. I'll create an abstract data class. Let's say I'll go to create sysadmin, then class. I'll create a class like here life care and customer. This time I'll make customer fees because customer details created. I'm creating this inside the organization. If you see inside the life care I'm creating. Or I can create it at any level, even in that care-customer fees. But I'm creating it care life care customer fees. Now create an open. This is our new class rule form. If you see right now, I have both options abstract and concrete. But I need to create an abstract class. Now create it in version. That is O1. Find by class. Name is pattern. This is care. If required, I can change it to data dash. Data dashes are out of the box data layer. I'll save it. Wait, I need to put data also here. Otherwise, I won't be able to use it in that case. I'll keep it like here. Custom. Now, this is inside the organization because inside here only we are creating a data layer of customer. Abstract. Version is O1. This is fine. Or else we can only go for care-data. Let's see. This giving error. This record has two errors. Description value cannot be blank. Usage cannot be blank. Let's go to history and update these two values. Create. To store customer attributes. It will store customer attributes. Usage will also be same. Now I will save it. My new class is created perfectly. If I come to this data type, you see fraud watch list is there. But this thing is not coming. A fraud watch list I have created through the data type. Is that like a game to this data type and then configure the properties and source? Then it will come here. But this is accurate manually. It will not come but this one. Pega provides this option. Show or hide existing data types. And click on this one. These are the selected. Click on View All. Let's see which is ours. This one we created. Here data customer. I'll add. And see it is enabled now. I close this form. Click on this data type. Right now, these are not there. Let's add some of the fields. We name, or you can see the customer ID. We name you can create. Phone number, which is of type phone. Then this only will create customer ID, phone name, phone number. Address we are not creating for now. Address we will create later. Usage is not there. Nothing is there. Source is not there. But this time you see one option. This abstract class will be changed to concrete. That means abstract class don't have source configuration. If you want to, you can, but it will change the class type to concrete again, which we don't want. We are not creating any source. There won't be any records also here. Let's create view. I'll go to fields. Customer ID. Will name. Phone number. And image. I'll keep this name as customer view. I'll save this thing now. In this data type, we have created an abstract class, which doesn't hold any records in the database. We created the attributes. And we created a view. Now we will utilize this view. And fraud watchlist view in our case. Because suppose, if we are creating anything at the organization level, but those will be reused at the application level only. Now let's go to the case type. Insurance. And data model. Here we have to link. Now all these things are not required. First name, full name. At this level. Because I already created at the data type. Even if I have 10 case types, still I don't have to create everything here. I can reuse it. I'll click add field. Now suppose this I'll make like does detail. I'll cross this thing. Now let's come to this part. User reference. This I mentioned that we will cover these 4 things later. User reference, case reference, data reference, and embedded reference. Let me use this. If you see here, user reference, it will reference the data from data admin operator ID class. Now inside this class, Pega already provides us these properties like full name, date of birth, phone number, or I can directly show you. Let's go to App Explorer. Let's give the same class, admin, operator, expand data model, expand properties. Then let's open this whole tab. These are the properties Pega provides us for using. Let's filter this property name with report to username. For example, report to username. You can directly use this one. User identifier. This one is not that. User, let me see that page. PY telephone is there. For phone number, we can use this property. PY address is there, which we can use for address. Similarly, there are a lot of properties which we can directly use from this class. There was one with name also. I can try to find it from here. System pages. Creator ID. This one. PI username. It is not showing here. Anyways, but we can reuse those properties. That is, first is user reference. When you want to use anything, because operator ID, that means it will hold the operator related properties only. You can use directly user reference option in that drop-down. Case references. When you want to refer data from the work class. Data references. When you want to refer that data type properties or data type record, then you will select data type reference. Then we have the embedded data to access all data layers. If you see, whenever we create a data type, we have a concrete class and it will be added here, right? Then you can directly use the data reference. But for the abstract classes, you cannot use data reference because it doesn't have any instances. It doesn't have concrete class. For them, we have to use the embedded data. This is a kind of a difference that you have to remember all the time. You have to be very clear with this, that user reference to fetch the data from the operator ID. Case reference from work class. Data reference from data type. And embedded data from data layers. Now let's come back. Customer field should access data from the abstract class. I'll select data layer. That is embedded data. And what is the data type name? Care data customer. Single record and list of records. That means this customer detail can only hold detail of a single customer. Right. If yes, then we can select single record. If this can hold multiple customer details in a single case, then we could go for list of records. The difference is when I say single record, It is a page group property like we did for. You can say a single page for address. A list of record is a page list where we can create a with a unique index, right? For example, employee ID 1, employee ID 2, employee ID 3, like that. But we need a single customer. I'll set single record. Single record. Now submit. Let's say I add one more for broad watch list. I'll give like broad list. Now this I can directly go with any one embedded data reference because data reference also I can access. Or embedded data, I can access class. Data object distance at broad watch list. How many records it will fetch? Single record. If you see, one data page is coming, but I'll not discuss this for now. This is for our tomorrow's topic. I'll simply submit here. Let's see first two detail and fraud watch list are added. Let's go to our workflow. Let's go to personal details. What's the lead date? And I'll delete these things because now we are not creating anything at the case type level. We already created it, just will use. Now I'll go to fields. I create as detail plus icon. Now if you see, because detail is created in insurance, which is in a data relationship with a class here, data customer, then we created a view that is a customer view. You remember, right? In this year we created one view, customer view. We are showing same view here. Now I created one more, that is a fraud list. Fraud list is here. I click plus here. Fraud list is in data relationship with our fraud watch list data type. That is this one. Class detail is linked with this one. Fraud list is linked with this one. Here also we created one fraud list. That is, it's a fraud list view. Now I'll submit. I'll save it. And now let's create one case. Now you see customer ID, full name, phone number, email. All these things are coming from this care data customer inside the customer view. Because we have only 4 things here. Same way. The fraud list is coming because this is the rate only here. That's why we can't see it. Personal detail. This is read only. Tomorrow we will use this fraud list more in detail, that how to show the data, because fraud list is data, right? You see here we have 2 records. We can show these two records directly from this data type to our Pega case. This will be beneficial for the credit check, right? Because they are maintaining a list. So, I am the fraud again. I am using the same list, use same data. Once I reached the credit check team can check. Oh yes, this customer ID already exists in our fraud list. We will reject this insurance. Like that. One more thing. Only two things here, right? Now you understand that this is the client side of the validation. Let me directly coming on the screen. Let's go to clipboard. If you remember that previously I used to show you the names and all those properties on the PEA work page. Right? We used to see first name, last name here itself, age, date of birth, everything. But now we are not using that case type properties. We are creating the data type. We have to go down. We have a page. You see this custody date. Inside custom detail. If you click, you will find customer ID email for name because I haven't saved. Data is not coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go to clipboard again. Now data is there, customer ID is there, email is there, phone name is there and phone number is there. If you see it is a better way to show the customer details. Right. Unlike in the PEA work page, it is floating everywhere along with other properties which make it very clumsy to use. But now you know that all the customer related details I will save inside task details. If you need anything, you can directly jump onto this particular page and you have the data. Suppose tomorrow you want one more property here. You can add directly inside the same. Same way, we have fraud list. Now, fraud list will be empty for now because that is a read only. That's why nothing is coming. Suppose you want to add record in the fraud type. This is read only, right? But you want to add. What we can do is then the case type. The data model. I'll create one more. This time will be fraud list. Edit table. I'll name this. Last time I used data reference to show the data, but this time I'll use the embedded data because I want to edit the data. I'll select fraud watch list. I will add a single record at a time. But if you want to add multiple record, list of records, this will also fine. Let's say list of records. This thing. This is added. I'll go to views. Personal detail. I created the fraud list edit. I'll click on plus icon. Now this is that. You see, previously it was only data relationship, but now it was data relationship list. Because I selected multiple records, I can add. Let's submit. Or I'll add this one read only. Well, I'll delete. And submit here. Let's create one case. You see how this list is coming now. I can add any number. I can select I can add more item. I can add more ideas and I can say anything. If I say here, I'll show you how this will be shown in clipboard. It worked. We have a pitch. We have fraud list added. We deleted the previous list from the view. That's why that is not coming. If you expand this one, now you see fraud list of 1, fraud list of 2. This first row is fraud list of 1. This is fraud list of 2. If you click on this one, you see a 1 profile. This one has 3 invalid docs. These are the primary properties which we have to see, like this data type. Any doubt, Francis? No, not for now. If you see here, they love. We are adding the records right. But suppose if we need to fetch the record, I'm just giving you a glimpse of our tomorrow's session that we will cover. The data pages in the fraud watch list. I have 2 records. But I'm not using this right now. Here I'm writing my own fraud watch list data. But suppose if I want to retrieve the data from this source. Because for fraud watch list, Tiger is a source of record. That means I can access this data at any point of time. Tomorrow we will see this part and how to retrieve this and show it into a case. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.